system approach, and relationship implication of structure. We all know that the system theory is one of the most powerful conceptual tools available for understanding the dynamics of the organization. In this lesson, we will describe the system approach to organization, explain the different theories of organizational system, and state the relationship implications of structure. After going through this presentation, you should be able to explain nature of system, congruence among system elements, socio-technical system theory, and open system planning, system approach to organization, open system thinking, and organization dynamics. Nature or characteristics of systems are input, throughput, output mechanism. This explains that system takes inputs from the environment and processes the inputs via throughputs, conversion or transformation, and export products to the environment in the form of outputs. Next, every system is delineated by a boundary. This means that each system has boundary to differentiate the inside and outside of the system. Open systems have purposes and goals for their existence. David Nadler and Associates at Delta Consulting Group developed the congruence model for understanding organizational dynamics and change. This model depicts the organization as an input-throughput-output system. The congruence model's value is an analytical tool for assessing the characteristics and functioning of each of the elements and evaluating the goodness of fit or how well the elements go together. Two major variants of open system theory are socio-technical system theory (STS) and open system planning. First is socio-technical system. According to this theory, organizations are comprised of two independent systems, a social system and a technical system, and changes in one affects the other. The socio-technical system theory considers that every organization is made up of people, the social system, using tools, techniques, and knowledge, the technical system, to produce goods and services valued by customers, who are part of the organization's external environment. The concept of socio-technical system was established to emphasize the two-way relationship between people and machines. Second is open system planning. It explains that scanning the environment to determine the expectations of external organization and stakeholders, developing scenario of possible future, both realistic and ideal, and developing action plans to achieve the desired results. Systems theory was originally proposed by Hungarian biologist Ludwig von Bertalanffy in 1928. The foundation of systems theory is that all the components of an organization are interrelated and that changing one variable might impact many others. Organizations are viewed as open systems continually interacting with their environment. A central theme of systems theory is that nonlinear relationships might exist between variables. It attempts to view the organization as a single unified, purposeful entity composed of interrelated parts. A system is considered an open system if it interacts with its environment. It is considered a closed system if it does not. Each system has a boundary that separates it from its environment. In a closed system, the system boundary is rigid. In an open system, the boundary is more flexible. A conscious commitment to systems thinking requires explicit responsibility for forming decision in terms of the entire organization. It is true that systems theory provides a broad philosophical perspective that bridges academic disciplines and mounts integrated attack on a variety of problems. It is objective and is not influenced by catchphrases like one best way and simplistic prescriptions like a manager decides things for others. Open system thinking is required for creating learning organizations according to Peter Senge. System thinking is a discipline that integrates the disciplines, fusing them into a coherent body of theory and practice. Organizations as open systems are highly engaged with their environments. Successful organizations develop characteristics and perform processes that allow them to adapt to constraints, threats, and opportunities. Open systems also have environmental scanning processes that might exist in the recruiting directorate, the market research department, or the complaint department to provide information about the system's performance and to adjust processes within the system. Senj discussed the 5 core areas that need to be emphasized by any organization that seeks to evolve into a learning organization. They are personal mastery mental models, working in teams, shared vision, and systems thinking. The personal mastery starts with an individual's quest for knowledge and continuous improvement. The concept of mental model refers to the framework from which individuals tend to view the world. The interpersonal influences play a role in shaping the practices and outlook of the people. Shared vision implies the enthusiasm of the organization collectively to actively pursue its goal with passion. Peter Senge recognized the drawback of linear thinking and highlighted the need for a systems-based approach. System theory pervades the theory and practice of organization development from diagnosis to intervention to evaluation. Viewing organizations from this perspective has several consequences. Organizational theory is the study of how organizations function and how they affect and are affected by the environment in which they operate. First is organization structure, the formal system of task and authority relationships that controls how people are to cooperate and use resources to achieve the organization's goals. It controls coordination and motivation, shapes behavior of people and the organization. It is a response to contingencies involving environment, technology, and human resources, and evolves as organization grows and differentiates. It can be managed and changed through the process of organizational design. Second is organizational change and design, the process by which managers select and manage various dimensions and components of organizational structure and culture, so that an organization can control the activities necessary to achieve its goals. It allows the organization to continually redesign and transform its structure and culture to respond to a changing global environment. Third is organizational culture. It is the set of shared values and norms that controls organizational members' interactions with each other and with people outside the organization. It can be managed and changed through the process of organizational design. If you have understood the various concepts discussed in this lesson clearly, organizational structure is the formal system of task and authority relationships that control how people coordinate their actions. Right or wrong? Right. The principal purpose of organizational structure is to control and coordinate the action of people to achieve organizational goals. Right or wrong? Right. An organization structure is the underlying set of key values, beliefs, understandings, and norms shared by employees. Right or wrong? Wrong. Before we end, let us briefly revise what we have studied till so far. Organizational theory is a way to see and analyze organizations more accurately and deeply than one otherwise could. The various models are extremely useful for OD practitioners and organization leaders. The models are based on the concepts of the planned change and its relationship with factors of the work settings, environment, and organization culture. Organizational structure is the formal system of task and authority relationships that control how people coordinate their actions and use resources to achieve organizational goals. Organizational culture refers to a system of shared meaning. The system view looks at factors such as relations with the environment to assure continued receipt of inputs and favorable acceptance of outputs and the flexibility of response to environmental changes. The systems approach is valuable when other indicators of performance are difficult to obtain. The two most telling shortcomings of the systems approach relate to measurement and the issue of whether means really matter. The systems approach is most valuable when measures of goal attainment cannot be obtained.